She was supposed to go to med school. Instead, she picked up a stylus and built a heart from scratch, not to implant, but to animate. Hey there, I'm Dr. W, professor, mom, and part time career detective. Welcome to Majors, Minors, and Maybes, where we deep dive into fascinating stories behind the job titles you've never heard of. Many of these journeys you won't find in your typical college catalog. Each week, I'll bring you a totally fictional character with a totally plausible career. Because just like you, lots of us are still figuring it all out, the major, the minor, or maybe something in between. Today's story, it starts with an anatomy textbook and ends in an animation studio. Meet Elena. I used to get in trouble in biology class because I'd spend more time doodling mitochondria with eyelashes than taking notes. I was obsessed with how the body worked, but also how to show it. When other kids were reading fantasy novels, I was flipping through Grey's Anatomy, not the TV show, the book, drawing each muscle group, then color coding the circulatory system like it was a subway map. Everyone assumed I'd go to med school. Even I assumed I'd go to med school. But in college, something shifted. I was volunteering at a hospital, watching this incredibly complex surgery on a screen, and all I could think was, wow, if more people could see this visualized, they would actually understand what's going on inside of them. That thought never left. I started taking art classes on the side, studied design, then I discovered something I didn't even know existed: biomedical animation. Today, I create animations for everything from public health campaigns to surgical training tools. I've animated tumor growth, vaccine mechanisms, and even 3D simulations of childbirth that has been used in over 20 countries. My job sits at this strange intersection of science, storytelling, and visual effects. I spend my days collaborating with doctors, translating jargon into images, and making the invisible visible. I did not take the MCAT, but I did storyboard a beating heart in After Effects for 3 weeks straight. That counts for something, right? How cool is that? A biomedical animator. I don't know about you, but I never saw that in my college catalog. What I love about Elena's story is that she didn't reject science. She reimagined how to use it. This career blends technical skill, creative problem solving, and a whole lot of empathy. You are not just drawing, you're educating, communicating, and in many cases, helping people understand what's happening inside their own bodies. So, if you are a science nerd with a sketchbook habit, or an artist who secretly loves anatomy diagrams, maybe this is your path. And if not, let it serve as proof the intersection of art and science is way bigger than we were originally told. The best part, you do not need to be a pre med to make a difference in healthcare. You just need a sketch pad, some software skills, and a brain that lights up at the phrase molecular modeling. All right, future storytellers of science, let's zoom in on the career of a medical animator. Entry level salaries typically start around 60K, and experienced medical animators, especially those freelancing or working with biotech firms, they can earn between 130 to 180K. Now, most medical animators do have a background in both science and art. Think bachelor's in biology when you thought you were pre med, followed by a master's in medical illustration or biomedical animation. So you're looking at another 2 to 3 years. Some programs are even certified by the Association of Medical Illustrators. Yep, that's a real thing. So, where do they work? You'll find biomedical animators in hospitals, universities, animation studios, or working remotely with pharmaceutical and biotech companies. Some even freelance, jumping between projects like surgical animations, virtual patient education, and legal medical cases. So, what's the work vibe? Think creative meets clinical. It's detail driven, often collaborative, and wildly interdisciplinary. You'll probably spend hours animating a single cell division, but trust me, it's mesmerizing. All right, fellow adventurers, here's your curious career facts of the week. 3D medical animations, such as the short film showing how HIV infects a T cell, that help reshape how the public understood the virus. It is still used in classrooms today, but illustrating medicine has been around since 1894. When Max Brodel, who was enrolled in Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, he created illustrations for clinicians such as Harvey Cushing's. Turns out the human body is prime time content when you have the right animator or illustrator. Well, that's it for the first episode of Majors, Minors, and Maybes. If your brain is now wondering whether you could animate a kidney, or you're suddenly rethinking what counts as a real career, congratulations, you are one of us. Go ahead and subscribe, share with a curious friend, or drop me a DM of your own resume side quests when you follow us on Instagram. I'm Dr. W, professor, mom, and still not over the fact that someone gets paid to make neurons dance on a screen. Next, we are exploring a career that is literally out of this world: space agriculture scientist. Stay tuned, stay curious, and I'll see you next time.